Welcome one, welcome all to today's episode of the Lindsey Elmore Show. Today is all about performance mindset and habit discipline. Tony Whatley is an entrepreneur, business mentor, best-selling author, podcast host, and speaker, and he is who I will be talking to first about how we can be better leaders, become better public speakers, and how we can use daily habits to advance our business. After that, I'll be sharing with you a free tool that you can download from my website about how we can track our habits each day. Because one of the things that I have learned is it's not the big life-changing things that add up to success. It's the day in and day out habits that sometimes seem very boring and seem very mundane and seem like they're not really making a difference that add up over time and equal success. Welcome to the Lindsey Elmore Show, a podcast that helps you find fulfillment amidst chaos. On this show, I interview thought leaders, doctors, creatives, spiritual gurus, and game changers who inspire you to pursue your dreams, overcome obstacles, and leave your mark. Tony Whatley is an entrepreneur, business mentor, best-selling author, podcast host, and speaker. He is best known as the founder of LS1 Tech, an online automotive community which grew into the largest of its kind. His website grew to over 300,000 registered members and was later sold for multiple seven figures within 5 short years. Amazingly, this was just his part-time business. In his book, Hustle Millionaire, he shares his mindset and business strategies, and he teaches entrepreneurs how to start, scale, and sell their businesses within his podcast and consulting brand called 365 Driven. Tony Whatley, welcome to the Lindsey Elmore Show.
Hey, Lindsey, thanks for having me on. I can't wait to get to know your audience and maybe give them some nuggets today.
Well, I think one of the things that you do so well is you help people discover their passion and then actually turn it into a profitable side hustle that sometimes becomes the main hustle. And I know a lot of our listeners are living their worst life because they found what they love and they do it on nights and weekends. But how do you turn the passion, the drive, the nights and weekends into a profitable side hustle?
I think the number one mistake is that a lot of people that want to start a side business, they get bad advice from people who may position themselves as side hustle experts. There's a lot of best-selling books out there like mine that covered the topic, but I got into it because I was reading some of these books thinking I was going to learn something from these people and these coaches that you see out there. And what I really come to find really quickly is that a lot of them think way too small. They're just thinking really too small. They're thinking about, hey, you could start a business and if you work really hard, you can make $300 extra a month. I get it. I get it, Lindsey. If someone's out there and they're not making $300 a month, they're thinking, well, that'd be that's like a car payment, or, I can pay for my groceries that month. That'd be cool. But the thing is that when you teach people to go into a side business and they hear the word side, they think of it as like a side to the main dish of their dinner, and it's less important and they put less emphasis in it and less effort, and they treat it like a hobby. So the way I think about it is those who create hobby businesses should only expect hobby results. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to dedicate any amount of your time, which is our most valuable asset, make sure you're going at the highest level possible, because you're literally competing against other people who are professionals in that category. And the market, Lindsey, you know this, nobody cares if you're a beginner. Nobody cares if you just got started. Nobody cares if this is just a hobby business, because we're all out there looking for products or services to buy as consumers, and we're going to pick the one that looks the most professional, even if it is potentially a part-time business. And that's how I started thinking about this. Like, I'm not trying to teach people to make $300 a month. Like, you could do that flipping stuff at flea markets and stuff like that, or garage sales. That's easy.
You could do that by finding crap around your house and posting it on eBay, you know? Yeah.
So I like to teach people like, I want to make thousands of dollars a month. I want to make where it could potentially become your actual business. And you just got to be serious about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you said that people don't put the effort in, they don't put the energy in, and they treat it like a hobby. So how do you coach people on how to transform their mindset? Because you host business events, which you don't call retreats, you call them advances, which I like. And I think that so often, like you said, there's so many books out there, so many business books, so many people that are willing to say, I can teach you the tools and the tricks. So what are some of the ways that you educate your coaching clients on how to establish, grow, and manage their business?
I think we have to start also with the business idea itself. A lot of times people give themselves way too much credit with the business ideas. I mean, we all know people you'll see at the water cooler at your job and they're like, oh, someday I'm going to do this and someday I'm going to do that. And someday I'm going to, and they have these great ideas and they think that they're brilliant and they're patting themselves on the back. And if that's you as a listener, like, don't do that either, because every single day, thousands of people die with great ideas. They take great ideas with them to the grave. So the ideas are the easy part. But the problem is a lot of times people don't have the right idea that will deliver them the goal that they actually want. So if the goal is financial freedom, that's a goal. If the goal is to make X amount of dollars per month or per year, then that is a goal. We need to understand these goals. And when you start to understand what your goals are, you have to look at your idea and ask a really tough question. Is this really a viable way for me to achieve my goal? And you'll find that most of the business ideas out there basically do not have a capability to get you to your goal. So if you go down the road with this wrong business model, doing the wrong things, you're never going to get to your goal. And it's heartbreaking, because if you waste a year doing this or 2 years doing this or 3 years doing it, you basically wasted 3 years that you could have been applying that same amount of time to something that could potentially get you to your goal. So let's think about those goals, whether that's time. Maybe you just want more flexible freedom, be able to work at home and do things and actually gain time back and not have to show up anywhere. Let's come up with those non-negotiables that you would like to see in your life, even if they may seem unrealistic now. Put those down, because we need to find a business model or a business idea that's giving you the potential to get to there. So that's the key to starting. Most people just start with the wrong ideas, or they think of something that looks easy and they think that that's going to get an instant result, and they're trying to get this instant result versus longevity and having a business that's going to make them pride and sustain and be there 10, 20 years from now. So you got to understand that there's always this patience, that you got to be looking for the results with patience. You got to put in the hard work. And sometimes you and I both know this, Lindsay, like the first 1 to 2 years sometimes don't really show a lot of profit. We're putting in a lot of time. We're building our brand. We're starting to market. We're kind of wobbling around like a baby deer on new legs, trying to figure out business because we've not done those kind of things. We're learning new systems and processes and apps and coaches and all these different things. But the first 1 to 2 years for most businesses realistically don't make a lot of profit. And most people are unwilling to accept that because they want a profit today. I need money today. So they build a business out of a reaction rather than a plan. So that's the key, is like, set the goals and let's start to work backwards from those goals.